Okay, so I've read this book before and it is honestly my favourite mental health book I've ever read. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me feel seen, it made me feel less alone, and also it made me feel like some of these people in this book actually were able to explain certain feelings I had no way of explaining myself, because it can be very hard to understand how you're feeling or where it's coming from, and sometimes there's not even a reason, but it's hard to explain those feelings. And so it was really good to have a book where I felt seen and felt understood and didn't feel as crazy as I thought I was. I read Scarlett's chapter, which is the first chapter, and she's a journalist and activist, and she actually curated this entire book. It's not okay to feel blue in other eyes, and she uses the words crazy and broken, and they're the words I've used all my life for my mental health. I always thought I was really broken and really crazy. I felt like when you have a mental illness, because you're feeling so much, all these feelings in here in your brain, because no one else can get into your brain, so you do feel so alone, like you're the only one, and you feel broken and you feel crazy. And it's not until I went to counselling that I realised I'm not as broken as I thought. And it's not until I learned more about mental health by following accounts on Instagram that talk about mental health and share, and I actually learned about mental health and mental illness, that I realised I'm not crazy. It's normal. It's not a great normal, but loads of people go through it and I'm not the only one. Statistics in this book that I'd like to read in this chapter. 50% of mental health problems that adults experience are established before the age of 15, and more than half of young people like mental illnesses with isolation. 56% believe that anyone their age diagnosed with a mental illness would be treated differently, and 55% believe they would lose friends. 51% of young people feel embarrassed about mental illness. In addition to other research has found that a third of young people worry that admitting to a problem could affect their job prospects. In England, women are more likely than men to have a common mental health problem and are almost twice as likely to be diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. Suicide is the leading cause of death among young people aged 20 to 34 and is the single biggest killer of men aged under 45, and in 2005, 70% of all UK suicides were male. So, this is in bold. It's okay to be human. It is okay to be human. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to stay in bed. It's okay to find it funny. It's okay not to want to talk about it. And it's okay to go to therapy. And it's okay to take medication. You're a human being. Everyone in the world has mental health. And there's nothing wrong with taking the time to look after your mental health. And to take a break. We don't question people with broken arms or broken legs when they take time to look after themselves and heal. So we shouldn't question when people do the right thing for themselves and take the time to look after their brain, because the brain, let me tell you, it's a fragile place, and if you've got a mental illness, it's a lot of strength and a lot of work to heal and to not go back to a dark place.